after the introduction to principle and concepts and components, then advantages, disadvantages, and how was the problems and constraint has been come to the knowledge. Then towards development of that organic farming concepts, where it comes, and was the period of the development of organic movement, fully organic movement, because basically now we have to come in the topic of history and development of the organic farming. So in short, by the charts we can understands ki was a development process. The first 1940s, because 1940s has published two documents. One is a testament of the organic farming, testament of the organic cultivations, and one book is that Look to That Land, which is published by that Walter James, that is known as North Bone, that is a fourth North Bone. So Walter James given the term organic farming because first time he used that this kind of indigenous practices. So this person first time developed that, uses that organic farming terms in that, which I mentioned that books Look to the Land, that is published in 1940. And in the same way, in 1940, the indoor compost method has been also introduced in 1938 approx. So in 1940 areas, that two things will be happen, and organic farming concept has known widely. Then the organic movement has been started after the 1950, and the organic agriculture movement has been started. Then in one publication, the Silent Spring has also highlighted the effects of DDT and other pesticides. So the Silent Spring has been published in this area in 1960. Then the organic movement has been started and given that structured IFOAM founded in 1972. So IFOAM has been mentioned, which deals with that awareness and policies and changes regarding agroecological and organic farming practices. So IFOAM founded in 1972. So that is the era of known as polarization of organic agriculture, and then organic certification program and act has been established in 1990 and 2000. First, the US Congress passed that Organic Food Production Act in Development. So 1990, in 2000 to 2010, the more countries begin to that implement of the organic certification programs, and national recognition has been found. So in 90s and 2000, then 2000 is very more important area, where the 90 to 2000, that is very much development has been found. Lot of policies, lot of act regarding organic farming has been developed. Let's discuss. So this is a basic there is a base of that development of the organic farming. So it started from that Walter James. Walter James is known as Lord Northbone, which we have in last slide we have discussed, given that organic term. So organic farming term has been firstly given by that Walter James, which is also known as Lord Northbone, and he's written that publications, written that book Look to the Land, which is published in 1940. So Walter James, known for that, coined the term of organic farmings, and Albert Howard, which is published that document in Agricultural Testament, because all experiences of Albert Howard and the wife Gibrel. So both published that research in a Agriculture Testament 1940. So Albert Howard, known as the father of organic farming, okay, and Walter James, known as that, coined the term of organic farming. So two things are there. One has coined the term of organic farming, and second one known as father of organic farming, Albert Howard. And Albert Howard also developed that indoor method of composting. Then from the starting, so F.H. King, that is Farmers of 40 Centuries, published the document 1911. That is a soil scientist, and it's also worked for that in US to head that department of the soil. So F.H. King has also written that books The Soil in 1895. Then 1911 also the Farmers of 40 Centuries. So they have documented these practices, which is to make that healthy to the soil. So they are also work towards organic farming. And then the moment after the 1940, the moment has been started, Lady Eve Beffler, the living soil The book has been published in 1943. And the two persons like F.H. King, who is the scientist and soil scientist, and second one Masanobu Fukuoka. So Masanobu Fukuoka, that is known as Japanese philosopher and farmers. So the two pupils are earlier works of before the 1940. They are also practices that organic farming, and Masanobu Fukuoka has also developed natural farming concept. Okay, so it's also known as natural farming concept. So the two personnel already work, and after in 1905, means in 1905, Albert Howard is come from that UK, because it's that is botanist which come for the India, and started in work IARI Pusa, which is situated at the time Bihar Imperial Agriculture Research Institute. So they are headed that economic botanist in the IARI, and started the work from the 1905 in Indian studies regarding the farming or cultivation practices. So whatever that documented the experiences, the published in an agriculture testament. So Albert Howard and his wife contributed, and the first time Walter James given the term of organic farming. They are the known as father of organic farming. But earlier the F.H. King and Masanobu Fukuoka has also earlier worked, and which is documented the lot of things regarding that organic farming, but term is come in 1940, that is organic farming. So natural farming also developed the concept by that Masanobu Fukuoka. So after that, one movement has been started in 1944. The international campaign called the Green Revolution was launched in Mexico. So started the Mexico movement. Then 1950, the sustainable agriculture was a topic of scientific interest, because the organic movement is come to that knowledge in a movement started from the 1950, and the scientists taking the interest in that organic farming concept. Then 1962, Rachel Carson published the book Silent Spring, which is we have last slide discussed. Is there mentioned that effects of DDT or chemical pesticides. Then in 1970, the organic movement was to encourage consumption of locality grown food, known as the farmer know your food. And one slogan is also given, know your farmers, know your food. So in 1970, the fully organic movement has been started, and by these causes of this movement, 1972, US government banned the DDT, and IFOAM founded in Versailles, France. Then after that, 1990, the Organic Foods Production Act by the US has been given. So these are the history and development of organic. हो गया? कब का बंद हो गया कि अभी बंद हुआ? अच्छा, मुझे लगा पहले से. So in a history development, in a sequential, we arrange that year-wise development of that organic farmings. So let's start from the 1924, where the biodynamic farming has been founded, and then 1940, as we discussed, Albert Howard published an agriculture testament known as father of organic farming. Then 1942, J.I. Rodale publishes that first issue of organic farming and gardening. Then 1943, Lady Whippler, which also published that book, The Living Soil, and giving that living soil concepts a lot. And 1946, the Soil Association are founded in the UK. Then 1967, Soil Association publishes first organic standards. And then on the moment of the 1970, then 1972 founded that IFOAM, and 1974 Oregon State US adopts organic legislation. Then 1979 first California Organic Food Acts adopted. Then in 1980 IFOAM basic standard published. IFOAM has published that basic standards about that organic farming. Then 1985 France firstly adopts organic legislations, because first organic legislation come to that note no in 1974 by the US. Then France has been firstly adopts organic legislation. In 1990, Organic Foods Production Act passed in the United States. The first time US states has passed that Organic Food and Production Act. In 1991, European Union's Regulations 2092/91 adopted, because one regulation has been formed regarding that organic farmings by the European Unions. And then 1992, establishment of the IFOAM accreditation programs. So certification or accreditation of the farms has been also started in 1992. Then 1999, Codex Alimentarius guidelines adopted. Then 1999, European Union's organic livestock regulations published. Then in 2000, the Japanese organic regulations published, and in 2002, NPOP, National Production of Organic Products, is adopted or is situated in India and started the works towards development of the organic farmings. And was the ancient history of that organic farmings which is in India. So the first scientific approach towards organic farmings can be quoted back to the Vedas and later Vedic period. So 1000 BC to 600 BC, the Vrach Ayurveda. Okay, so Vrach Ayurveda, that is a scientific documentation where a lot of concept of organic farming has compiled, that is known as also science of plants, the Krishi, and another one the Krishi Shastra. So Krishi Shastra, which is the science of agriculture, also published, and the Mrag Ayurveda. So Mrag Ayurveda, that is animal science, are the main works. So these are the main documented in the from the ancient Vedas time or Vedic periods. So these are granths which is the scientifically proved that organic farming concepts. So in ancient India, we can take in from that time, that kind of periods, we have practices the ancient times of the organic farmings or nature science, and we know that was the principle of the organic farmings. So these are three main architecture, three main published document, and after that the Pancham Ved Mahabharat is also, we have the main documented, whereas mentioned that about the Vrach Ayurveda and Bhaisajya Ayurveda, because Maharishi Vyas has been published Pancham Veda Mahabharat, which has deeply analyzed the scientific system of plant cycle. So Mahabharata deals botany and applied botany both. So the Pancham Ved Mahabharata has also taken that Vrach Ayurveda and Bhaisajya Ayurveda, which is dealing with that concepts of cultivation or organic cultivation, and how to that what is the science of plants. So this also considered that scientific knowledge of plants. Then Atharvaveda, so Atharvaveda has also included the lot of description of farmings. So it's Atharvaveda has available of the description of farmings. So these are the from the Vedic periods we have a documented which supports towards natural farmings, scientific knowledge of the plants, cultivation of the plants, and farming systems which are appropriate with the scientific knowledge of organic farmings. So that is the ancient history of organic farmings in India. So by these topics we have completed the introduction and history and development of organic farmings, and sure with that continuation of the principles of organic farmings we will take the next lecture.